So she going down, so she going down. 6-way, 4-way, she going down, she going down. So she going down, so she going down. Go, whoa, yeah, Hell nah, don't make real diamonds in the motherfucking chain. Don't make real bullets in that motherfucking range. That ain't real love in your motherfucking heart. I love my love, it's stuck in the dark. Light skinned nigga, what they say that I'm dark. They say I'm dark. Icebox baby ain't got no heart. Got no heart. Might be a pull up like I'm Bart. Shoot that nigga with that dart. Don't they rip that boy apart. More young, got an ice pipe with my heart. All my exes threw bullets with my heart. The judge gave my brother 20, I can't stop it. A nigga gave my mama AIDS, I can't bring her back. More money, more problems, but we prayed for this. My cousin trust a op nigga, ain't got slave for this. All these hoes they so confused and don't get paid for it.
You gotta clip my toenail. What's up, Annabelle? They got me. They got you. And I'm locked up again. That ain't funny. I was walking down the street. Next thing you know, I heard police sirens. Guess who jumped out the car? Who? The preacher. I said, oh Lord. I said, oh Lord. Literally, because he threw a Bible at me. The Bible hit me in my head. I was rendered unconscious. It's on the news. Go look at it. Straight on the news. We have Annabelle in custody. The pastor will take over. Come with me. Come with me, Annabelle. Or Annabelle. Oh my God. As you can see, Annabelle is retaliating. Don't do it, Pastor Gerald. Hold on. Are you alright, Annabelle? Yes, Pastor. Do you want me to pray over you? No, Pastor. I'm good. Alright.
Interesting thing. We had a train derailment yesterday right behind the rescue. We were all standing outside next to our kennel building, and it just started happening. It was absolutely the most insane thing I have ever seen in my life. Train cars flying up in the air, rolling over on their sides. They were hitting the gravel that's underneath the track and shooting gravel, and it was like we were being shot by an automatic weapon with gravel and rock. It was crazy. So we're in Tunica County, and you can look it up on the news. But so why won't this thing let me turn this fucking thing around? I don't know. Oh, there we go. So there's some of the train cars. You can hear the beeping. I guess you can hear the beeping in the background. I'm not stepping out there in the rain, but they got the heavy equipment and stuff out. On the highway in front of us, they're all parked along the highway. They have their command center set up over there. Man, it's nuts.
Here, Atria, but they do it really bad when it rains too. So luckily, right when I was leaving, running my errands, got in the car, that's when it started to storm. You know what? I got to tell y'all, motherfucker, oh, child, now, please remind me. A lot of times, when I say things I don't remember because it's not me saying it, I'm in trance or I'm channeling. Did I say today, or did I say yesterday I saw a train derailing? I saw plane, helicopter, train. Y'all remember? Did I say that today? Earlier today? Please remind me. I either said it yesterday or today. I saw a helicopter. I saw a crash over an ocean. I saw an airplane. Helicopter crash. Airplane, or them flying over a body of water or the ocean looking for a plane, a boat crash, or boat being lost at sea, or crash. That's the damage at sea. Boat, plane, train. I saw the train derail. Did I say that today? I will have to go back and listen to the show I did today, where I mentioned it, because someone, this is the only reason why I'm coming on here right now, it just blew my mind. I said this, one of my supporters, I just happened to go on Instagram and left a message today. Either it was last night. Did y'all hear me? Was it today? If anybody heard my show today, or was it yesterday? Hey, Joseph, when I talked about I saw a plane derailing. Plane, helicopter, boat, train. And military deployment that we didn't know about. U.S. was deploying military into other countries, and I saw them. Well, guess what? She just sent me this. This was updated 3 hours ago, June 10th, 2025. So it said, I don't recall anything of this magnitude. Train derails. 14 cars overturned in Waxahachie. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Waxahachie. Thank you, Daisy. It was either yesterday I said it about that train, or today. I saw planes, trains, boats, helicopters. Yeah, planes. I saw a train derail, jump the track. Thank you. I know I said it yesterday or today. And this just happened. I'm looking at this article now. 16 hours ago, they said this, and then, it must have been bad, because they said train derailment causes several road closures in Waxahachie. Train derails in downtown Waxahachie. Several streets closed. 15 hours ago, a Union Pacific train derailed in downtown Waxahachie early Tuesday morning. No one was hurt, but workers must now clean up a huge mess. This is in Texas. They're saying it must. I wonder now what was on that train. I just saw Waxahachie. Thank you. Ethanol train derailment. Now, big yellow Waxahachie, Texas shareholders. So it must have been something that's toxic to humans, because 1 hour ago, CBS News just updated and said, clean up continues in downtown Waxahachie after freight train derailment involving ethanol tankers. A freight train derailment in Waxahachie is continuing to disrupt activity in part of the city's downtown. Train derails late Monday. So it's Tuesday. We're about to be into the 11th, which will be the Sagittarius full moon for June. This is a Union Pacific freight train with 110 cars derailed around 11:30 p.m. So last night, Monday, shutting down roads from Peters Street to Gibson Street. According to the city of Waxahachie, no injuries were reported. But see, now I'm wondering what is the side effect of this ethanol that humans might experience. So right now, yes, that's why this blew my mind. I didn't know till just now when I checked my, someone sent it to me on Instagram, and I didn't feel like checking it. And I said, what the hell? I opened up one mail, one message. And in that one message, I just saw this. I said, what? They just let me know. Like, Alexyss, you just said this. So that's why I'm confirming it. And I don't even know what this is talking about. Did someone say, I'm just looking down now, it says some kind of warning to someone. I haven't even. Oh, thank you, Jermaine Lightfoot. Thank you, beautiful. Yes, I'm getting well. I'm feeling better. So good to be outside. I don't know who this is, but I want this person out of here. Trying to say somebody violated safety. Nobody said anything to offend anybody in here. Thank you, Endless Summer. I love that name. I'll also get into something with you about Annabelle. And I ask people to please, I appreciate your love, your support, and your donations, but also to donate so I can get an Annabelle doll. Because I don't know why. I'm hearing her very strongly. She's been in here since the lady mentioned her on the telephone. She came in. It's and I was talking about the La Madama energy. I want you all that this is kind of tricky. I wasn't going to get into it tonight, but since I saw that about the train and confirmation so quickly, within hours after I said it, if I said it yesterday, then that happened last night. I was looking at this more the La Madama spirit. Some of you all, they must be bringing this to me to tell to you, because somebody's going to listen to this, that has a slave, maybe some slaves in your bloodline, some Native American or indigenous people that are indigenous, natural to the land, that did not come over here, so-called black slaves. The La Madama, when I saw her, it's not one person, from what she's explaining to me, or not one woman, not one, this spirit. Her physical representation is a big, fat, black woman that was on the plantation, but she's like the mama, the powerhouse, the generator, the source of power. So many people want to look down on that look. But that is the archetype. That's the body she wanted to come in. But it is a source of energy, of power disguised in that big fat black body. We know, like, my grandmother was built like that. We a lot of our grandmothers, great grandmothers built like that, especially from down south with the diet. That is the most comforting set of titties and stomach and arms in the world. If a woman built like that and loves you, she's going to love you. She's going to hug on you. She's going to pet you. She's going to bathe you, wash your hands, cook your food, wash your clothes. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all grew up in the South, and y'all got that kind of grandma. Yeah, we're the full moon energy of the Sag. That's Sagittarius energy. And that's another reason why I wanted to get out in that energy of the earth today. But I see a lot as she's looking at the timing, she's coming to me, and Annabelle and all these ancestors, and Marie Laveau is in my house. Y'all not gonna believe who's here next, but like I said, and white abolitionists are here. and some black people that have white ancestors, Indian ancestors, and there are half white, half black, half Indian, half black, half white, Dutch, French, Spanish. You have that lineage in your family. This is about you because the La Madama, the mother, the great universal mother that is first coming in representing as a big fat black woman, it's a family of La Madama spirits. So let's get it right, okay? At least from me. Now, I don't know what everybody else teaches, and I don't know everything. I'm just telling you the way they come to me. This is what they said. She got a whole clique of family members. Now, this is separate from Marie Laveau, the black people, the white people, the French, the Spanish, the half black and French and Spanish and white, the Creole. This is a separate group. That one group I told you about, that's the group I just explained. The other group, I am telling you, okay, give them my email if they want to call about a reading. You want to do a reading, you first. For me, I don't read everybody. That's why I don't have an option on the website. And when they're creating the new site, it won't be there because I choose who I read. So you have to submit your picture. I don't do general reads. What is the sky going to look like tomorrow for me? What's going to happen at the job? What field should I be in? I don't do those types of readings. Now, if you already have some training in the field and you don't like it, we can talk about that. You consider new training, going in a new direction, we can talk about that because I deal with the true source of who you are, what you came here for, and what your true desire is. I don't like to do readings on people that are confused because it's too easy for you to sit with yourself every day and meditate and talk to counselors, colleges, universities, and look at different careers and the path and the money they make and the job training and the skill necessary, the training necessary, how many years you gotta go to school for it. These are things that are common sense things and that are 3D things that you can sit and talk with a counselor. I don't care if you're 50 years old because I keep seeing now people 50s and 60s and 70s graduating from college. So if they goddamn ass know what the fuck they want to do, or they had life things that happened early, children, hardships, adversities, marriage, and they get ready to start over at that late age, then you younger can surely sit down and decide what is your natural inclination to do a certain thing or go into a certain field or a certain trade. And then to talk to people in those fields as well as to talk to the institutions that can give you the education training that you need. So I like really specific questions. Get to the point. Give me the exact question. Send me your picture. No glasses, no goddamn Photoshop, no filters and shit. I want to see your real eyeballs, your real face. You want to show me someone that's physically dead? If you got casket pics, you got hospital pics, they can be intensive care. I read straight energy, and I like to get to it. So if you consider something from me, if you're going to send me an email about that, hi Alexyss, I want to talk to you about a medical reading, or I want to talk to you about an intuitive reading, a love relationship. This is the person. This is me. This is their name. This is my name. This is what I'm interested in. Why we break up? What can I do? Can we get back together? Who's the other bitch? Who's the nigga? Whatever. I like it straight to the point like that. So we don't waste each other's time. So if you're not straight to the point, you don't have exact questions, you don't know what you want, you don't know what your questions, then you get someone that's for you because I'm not for you. You're not for me. Okay? Now, back to what I was saying. La Madama is not one big fat black woman with a cigar that is a master seer, an oracle. She came down here right now, and the energy she's in, she has a whole family. Children, mother, father, husband. The male size of her, and I was looking at this, I thought it was interesting because when they were talking about her, I think they mentioned one of her husbands, not in the sense of her walking down the aisle, but male energy, I think is Shango. So let me look at it again. And it's also dealing with Creole spiritism. when you are dealing with La Madama. So, let me see again what it says so we can learn. Okay, it says La Madama in the context of Santeria and Palo Monte spirituality is a spirit category representing the enslaved black women who practice these religions in Cuba or Puerto Rico. These spirits are not necessarily associated with a husband in the traditional sense, as they are often viewed as powerful and independent entities, while the concept of La Madama is connected to familial relationships and the role of a woman within the context of slavery. It's the spirit itself that is central to the religious practice rather than a husband figure. Thank you for the hearts. I love the hearts. For example, Papa Candelo is a spirit associated with La Madama, and they are often portrayed as a couple, reflecting the complex dynamics within the religious practice. However, La Madama is not a husband in the literal sense, but rather a powerful spirit figure representing enslaved women. Okay, so that is powerful. So that means any woman of color, not just considered black, woman of color, Latin, because here we're dealing with, they say Latin, Puerto Rico, Cuba, the women non-white. This is going to get a little tricky. I'm going to try to explain it to you the best I can. If you have that energy and you have a bloodline curse on your family where you have seen the women in your family be humiliated, oppressed, abused, degraded, or your mother did it to you, based on the ancestors or entities, demonic and negative slave-minded entities, demonic entities on them that made them do it to you. You need to start having this entity around you. You know, white folks, they're very, those figurines that we have La Madama figurines and black folks with the jockey outfits on in the yard or cookie jars. And you go on eBay and these other places to try to buy them. They're very expensive. If y'all can collect these, I want you to call them, because some of you might be half white, like I said, half Indian, half Spanish, half Cuban, Afro-Latina. If you got any African blood anywhere in there, any indigenous blood, any native blood, which would also be Mexican, any Latin that really, a lot of the U.S. also belongs to them, the Mexicans, and so-called African indigenous, the black Indian, okay? All so-called black folks didn't come up on the slave ship. All black folks are not descendants of slaves. You may have some that are. It depends on your bloodline. If you have them in the family, or if they coming to you and you dealt with a lot of oppression in your life, you need to call La Madama and that family of spirits and your ancestors, because some of your ancestors could be crying out and a lot of pain and still be oppressed. You could be oppressed because you could be carrying them and you don't know it, and your mother or whoever else is abusing you or molesting you in your family, holding you like a white slave owner would have held one of your ancestors. They are now feeling the need to do that to you because that entity is operating in them. And let's say your mother or your father, whoever's oppressing you, abusing you, another woman is intimidated by you and the smell of your period. But hold on, I'm going to get back to that in a minute. What you're not realizing, and what the person might not be realizing, they're possessed by something or someone in your bloodline, because we got dirty niggas and dirty Moors and dirty white folks that might be in your goddamn family. Who, it could be white men who love to fuck on black women but don't like black men. You see what I'm saying? It's white women, I done met some of their ass. They love black dick but don't like me. They don't like you. They don't want you around that black dick. They fucking and sucking down. You are threatening, you're intimidated about them, and some of them think you are more beautiful, your skin is more appealing than theirs, even though they white and have white skin privilege. A lot of them have insecurities about this shit. They don't like that shit, and they feel like, you feel like you nothing, and they tell you that you nothing, or you're less than or inferior in this society. A lot of them secretly don't feel that way. They love you. or they love your look and the texture of your skin and the color of it and the undertones and overtone and want to get in and dig down in your tone. You see what I'm saying? They want some of that copper tone. You know what I'm saying? So you'll have a person that supposed to be black or black family, they all in fighting all the goddamn time. Because you don't know the black spirits that's on them, and you don't know the white or native spirits on them. Because when you go back and look, a lot of black folks, yes, some master they sit there and turn on their own people for white folks or anybody else. They do it right now. You have Native Americans, some of them turned on their tribes for white folks because they were dominating, taking over, killing them, taking the land, creating a different currency. They were at a disadvantage. They were sick, ran off their land, didn't have no homes. So they felt, well, it's better for me to trade and sell my own people out. At least I don't have to worry about my security and my stability and my life. We see that in every group. Okay, so that's what La Madama is talking about now, that you now have to save yourself. Yes, but this white man loves someone in your family, but also dislikes someone too. My mother told me one of her grandfather, great-grandfather, was a white man that owned slaves here in Georgia, and he fucked the black women and was in love with them and died. My grandmother said it too, and a lot of white men were leaving black women land, and black and native, or they were part black and native. And the white women got so upset about this, they started, I think, passing laws and being very cruel to the black women on the plantation that the white man, their white husband liked it, liked it, because they knew it was going to be economic failure. If these white men married to these white women were not passing down the land and the money and the other resources to their white women and children, they fell in love with a slave, fell in love with a native, giving her the land. And y'all see, we don't hear about this here. Having children's vows, leaving the children's land, non-white. This is what was going on. Some of them went on in my family. My grandmother told me about this when I was growing up, and my mother had confirmed it and looked deeper and got the names of the white men and the black women that were also native. There's a lot of natives, indigenous Indians in my family. And said this was, I don't think it was just in Georgia. It was all around the United States. It was happening. These white men were falling in love. But they might have hated black men unless it was their son. And then some of them, they still might have pimped out, but then left the mother, the property that made her very wealthy, for sleeping with them. So you have these conflicts with the DNA and the genes in the family, just like a lot of people don't know. They'll think, well, just because somebody's considered black and they have keloid skin, hypertrophic scarring, I have those issues. But a white lady who was a dermatologist, and I was getting products from her, she's the first one that told me I didn't know. She said, no, I looked at you and I looked at your face. And she said, looking at you and your features, I can tell you have white folks and natives in your family. She said, and I see white people that are considered white, blue-eyed, blonde, will also have the same keloiding problem that you have and a hypertrophic scarring that you have because they have black in there and they don't know. So you have the mixtures in the way, so black and a black person got white in them, white person got black in them, but they don't appear as black. Or the so-called black person don't appear as white. They might have a certain unique look to them. Because she said the genes get mixed up in there, they don't always know what to do. And they don't lay flat. And she had also very, very well versed, very intelligent, also studied anthropology, history, and she studied genes because her thing was skin and helping people with black skin, ethnic skin, that has the most skin troubles and problems that doctors don't care about and don't treat us and overlook us when we have a lot of issues. That's why I've had to create products to figure out my own problems and issues, whether I go to a black dermatologist or a white dermatologist. Well, actually it was a white dermatologist last year my face turned black that told me I had eczema. I didn't know eczema would do that and make you turn black and blotchy like that. I thought it was just the mold, the black mold. The black mold could have triggered it. And I talked to another esthetician a couple of weeks ago. She told me to change the shower head. She bought me a shower head. And she said, no, your black mold probably triggered your eczema, along with Atlanta, the chemicals in the water. But I'm telling you also, it's genetics. Based on what your genetic makeup is, although you are appearing as one race or identified or classified as one race or ethnic group, on the outside, what would they call it? Is it your phenotype? Let me make sure that I get this correct. You could be another or several mixtures underneath, and they don't teach us. They don't teach us this. They just tell you one thing and you got to accept that shit, and I'm telling you, do not. Because you have a lot of unresolved health issues and skin issues because you don't really know who you are. And then you will go to a doctor or a dermatologist who will treat you bad and make you feel like you have some type of problem. Yes, that's the phenotype. The observable characteristics or traits of an individual, such as a physical appearance, development, or behavior. So, and it's not always correct. And this is what La Madama was going over with me, and then Marie Laveau, and then another slave. Lord have mercy. I'm going to get to him in a minute. Yes, returning it to you. Ashe Marie, I love that. Thank you, Rachel, for putting my cash up there. You said my maternal third great-grandfather had a white father, and everybody after that was white from the South, but I have Indian and Mexican. Yes, and that means you have had a line of oppressed people. Oppressed, violated people that are the original people of the earth that have had curses put on them of lack and limitation, taking their money, their rights, their resources, and suppressing, isolating, degrading, and humiliating these people that are non-whites. And that's what has held back money, prosperity, and success in certain families or certain segments of families. And La Madama says she here to break it. They said it's finna be all kind of shit finna be kept up in these black families. See, this is where the twist comes in. But let me first get on this as well, what I said about a period. It's a lot of black women hate their daughters and their nieces when they period come on, they start smelling the blood from the reproductive organs. They want to fight them. They want to hurt them. They want to kill them. And we're seeing it more now. Women are killing their own daughters as teenagers, as little girls, beating them, killing their boys too. Men are killing their sons, but this dynamic between women, and one is menstruating, and she could have been through the same thing, the aggression, the filthy attitude, like you're not even a child, you're not even worthy of respect, and now you're a whore because you bleed, and because you smell when you bleed. When a mother's supposed to teach you proper hygiene and teach you the beauty of the period, the power of the period. You've gone from little girl to princess to queen. You are being initiated into your womanhood and your godhood. But then they tell you it's a step down. You're a whore, now you're more of a problem. Now I fear you're going to bring more problems and more afflictions and financial bondage and restriction on my household. We're going to start fucking and bring babies in here. And that doesn't mean that at all. Especially if you teach her who she is, the power of who she is, the power of choice and decision, learning what type of men she wants, what type of men she don't want, and to focus on her education and develop into a complete 360 degree of vagina power godhood status. Instead of that, it becomes a war and her daughter is her enemy. Because she stank. Now she's smelling herself. But she stank because of you. Because you're not teaching her how to clean herself and learn the anatomy. Learn her external anatomy and her internal anatomy and why her body is doing this and how it is triggered by the axis in the brain. Then with the hypothalamus, the pituitary, dealing with the thyroid, dealing with the ovaries, the beauty of the ovaries, and the release, ovulation, release of the eggs. And if it's unfertilized, then you get a menstrual cycle. These things are triggered by the brain because the brain does what it's supposed to do as a part of your human development and your ability to repopulate the earth. It's all godly. Sexuality is spirituality and God. That's the way you are designed. But instead, she becomes jealous. A lot of women are jealous of their own daughters because of their period. And then a lot of these women either don't have a period, they had a hysterectomy, something happened to them, or they go into menopause. And a lot of these women, I don't know if it's that they don't want to go into it, or because a lot of women have told me, and I'm sure y'all heard them say it too, they hate their period, they hate to bleed. They're glad it happened to them. But if you don't take care of yourself, because we're not taught to take care of ourselves, that's why I learned so much now. I create these formulas to save myself and to offer them to you, because they don't tell you what menopause can actually kill you and destroy your beauty, destroy your hair, your mind. People go crazy because they have extreme vicious mood swings. Women can actually go insane. Why? Because the hormones rule the body. If you do not balance them with your diet, with your herbs, with your thinking, your meditation, your grounding, you will go through menopause and have a really fucked up time. It will cause women to wrinkle, to sag, pussy to dry out, thin out, recess back into the body, tear, you cannot have sex, not be flexible, bleed, lose a sex drive, lose the ability to concentrate, to focus, remember things, remember where you put something 5 minutes ago, remember where you were going 5 minutes ago, and these women are angry. And you want to take it out on your daughter. Instead of arm yourself with knowledge and teach your daughter so that will never happen to her. And stop it from happening to yourself. Because I'm telling you, you can stop that. You can reverse it. You don't even have to go through menopause. And that's something that is hidden from a woman of color. Now we see women like Halle Berry and other women openly talking about this, and these are things you need to do, and this is how you need to fix it. Instead, these women huddle together and will attack the young girl that is developing into a woman instead of ushering her into her status. Then a few years into her life, where you got 30 years of a period. Some people less than, depending on their circumstances. And then they're going to go through what they see their mother going through. So instead of becoming angry and aggressive, she now has the health issues, and she doesn't fix them. She's going to go down that same road. Her looks, her health, her pussy, everything, her asshole, all that shit. Titties long. And you know what? That ain't about menopause, goddammit. I mean, because my son told me, and my nephew said his sister, she in her goddamn 20s, her titties long. Like one of them dogs that done got fucked down. You got some of them dogs so horse. Them that 2 or 3 dogs fucked them out there in the yard. Just a whore, goddamn. She hiked her leg up and gapped up. And you see damn dog running a train on her mad ass out there. And then she 2 or 3 babies, titties long, nipples dragging the goddamn ground. They said my niece titties long like that, goddamn. She about 25 or 26 years old. I ain't hearing that but one child. I mean, her titties was sitting up. She was built kind of fucked up because her body was limp. Had a stick body, but some big ass titties sitting up and would stick them out. There wasn't no kind of ass back there, no kind of leg or nothing, just a long ass skinny ass foot. Some long skinny ass legs, thick leg, or slid down a little piece of ass, but there's some titties sitting up. Now they said the titties done slid down out the goddamn sky, so the titties swinging low. Sweet cherry. Swing low. Sweet cherry. That titties swinging low. Can you swing down low? Can you wobble to the floor? She said the titties long. And her daddy said her titties long because she done took too many big dicks. Now look, now she got a period, everything. She young, full of functioning in her 20s. So this shit is not about no goddamn it menopause. And I said, wait a minute, what? Getting some big dick, some big, thick, juicy, long, hot, wet dick can go up in your ass so deep and hard and good that it make your titties fall down. Dick go up, titties fall down. So it make them flat and long because you get fucked too much and fucked too hard with too many big dicks. So that's why she had to go to the hospital. But her titties were long in the hospital because her pussy ran through. You know what? Anyway, I digress, goddamn it. They ain't got nothing to do with this goddamn shit, but it do though. So you gotta take care of your titties at all age. But usually, you know what I'm saying, when women get older, you usually see that, but now we don't. We know that's not the model that women my age now in this day and time, we're not reflecting that. You seeing women 60s, 70s got a body like they're 30, 20 and 30 fucking years old. So they're reversing that. They're defying time. They're defying gravity. They're chronologically older, but physically younger. They're reversing that shit. Now, I don't want my titties down to my kneecap. I don't want my titties to my navel around my waist, goddamn it, and I don't want my stomach down here in the middle of my goddamn leg. You see what I'm saying? So these are things, the education, but then if you don't get it, because I didn't get it from my family, and I saw how the women age, and I didn't like that, and they're telling you that's a part of how you age, and that's not true. That's diet, that's thinking, that's stress, that's heartache, that's pain, that's unresolved conflict, and it will also do that to you. So I must hear with the whole group, because she's saying this is some nigga shit, and it's not all slave shit. It's not all white nigga shit. This is, they said, you will see upheaval in society, and the same upheaval like we're seeing now and we're seeing in Los Angeles, you will see it in your home. You will see it in the so-called black home, black family. Black folks turn on each other. Black folks shooting each other, fighting each other. And, yeah, but you know, my issue, you can get the tube tied reverse now. So I talk to some women, they get pregnant through the tube, see. They get that right dick slapped on them. That motherfucker there, them sperms will go through them tied tube. I don't know how they burrow down in them, goddamn, but this woman told me they had their tube tied and they still don't know how the fuck they came up once they met a new nigga. Cause see, the vibration coming in is higher. So you're gonna see this. Why will you see this? Because a lot of these some dirty nigga more motherfuckers, the dirty more that turned on black folks and helped set them up for slavery, sold them into slavery, made a deal with powerful whites and whites like George Washington, that was not the first president, turned on them, set their ass up. You have those bloodlines, those entities reincarnating, realiving themselves on these black folks that you think you can trust. Even in politics, we finna see an upheaval, baby. These some icy cold ass niggas, cold ass nigga bitches. You're gonna see this, and this is still a part of Annabelle and La Madama. Yes, they are coming here to free things and to punish slave owners that are white, but they just dropped some goddamn shit on me and said a lot of these slave motherfuckers was black. Slave owners was black. Said that now black folks had slaves first and had white folks enslaved in indentured servitude. They didn't treat them like they treated our ancestors. Beat them, rape them.
Anybody know who Willie Lynch was? Anybody? Raise your hand. No one? He was a vicious slave owner in the West Indies. The slave masters in the colony of Virginia were having trouble controlling their slaves, so they sent for Mr. Lynch to teach them his methods. The word lynching came from his last name. His methods were very simple, but they were diabolical. Keep the slave physically strong, but psychologically weak and dependent on the slave master. Keep the body, take the mind. I and every other professor on this campus are here to help you to find, take back, and keep your righteous.
This type of man, you must understand that historically, there were two types of slaves. The house Negro and the field Negro. Now the house Negro, he lived in the house, next to his master, in the big house, either in the basement or up in the attic. He dressed pretty good, he ate pretty good, but the master left him. He loved his master. I say he loved his master better than the master loved himself. If the master said, we got a nice house here, you say, yeah, boss, we got a nice house here. Master's house caught on fire, the house Negro would be the one who'd run to put the blaze out. If the master got sick, he said, what's the matter, boss? We sick? We sick. You see, this is the thinking of the house Negro. Now, if another slave came up to him and said, let's run away, let's separate, let's get away from this cruel master, he said, why? What's better than what we got here? Run away, I'm not going anywhere. This is the house Negro. In those days, we called him the house. And that's what we call him today, because we still got a lot of...
They have a certain amount of time they work and they let them go. They're saying that when you know what, look at that movie called Uncle Tom's Cabin on YouTube. You will see they had that pimp-like nigga that was over the other niggas that had certain privileges and benefits that the other slaves didn't, or the women in the house had benefits that the field niggas didn't have, and they could move around a little bit more and had more freedom, and they turned all black folks to be with the white folks, and the white folks said, go beat such and such for me. Where did he go? He ran away? Tell me where he went. I don't want him to have his freedom. Yes, somebody didn't do benefits for that shit, turning against their own people, turning against they said that spirit is alive in these families, and so these black people beating they ass, setting they damn house on fire, goddamn it, as well as white folks. All y'all can get it, goddamn. They said they are not no respect of person. They busting heads, they cutting throats, because it is all about who turned on their own goddamn it kind. Who violated a certain group. So if you thinking that white folks just did this to blacks, you dead ass wrong, because black folks did this to black. Half black folks did this shit to black. Black motherfuckers blacker than the damn midnight did this shit to blacks. And secretly pimp black folks and pimp little girls, little boys, and they still pimping them now, that same spirit. And they said they getting their head bust, goddammit. I mean, it's coming down. It's finna goddamn get wrong. So if you know you got families like that and you got motherfuckers in your house like that, you better put their ass out now, goddammit. Or you better move the fuck on. Because hell finna break loose in some of these families. Cause they said that it's time for their ass to pay the debt that they goddamn it owe. Now it don't matter if you in a new body and you don't remember that shit, and you didn't live during that goddamn time. If you got an entity on you in your bloodline that did do that goddamn shit, that's reincarnated through you to do fucked up shit, beating these women ass, beating these children ass, getting locked up, molesting you in a black neighborhood, murdering, killing, kidnapping people, burying women, serial killers, serial rapists, pimping little children shit. They coming for your goddamn 1, 2, Freddy coming for you. They got Freddy Krueger and they got my boy Jason. You think that these characters on Halloween or make-believe, those are entities that they give them a costume and a body and a name. Very powerful entities that come from other dimensions of space-time that still operate in this time. So it ain't just white folks, okay? That's fine if people leave out of here, honey. The message is for who it needs to be for, and the ones that need to hear it will hear it. I'm doing it. I'm doing what I'm told. And I'm going to put it, so fuck. Who is the other one that just introduced himself that has a machete? He said that they're going to be in these riots in the street. Nat Turner is up. Nat Turner, some of these people are on tour. And you know what, this is some confusing shit to me. because I have to go back and look at this. It's two Annabelles. One of these, the Annabelle you see, I don't know about that one. I haven't seen that doll that they're taking on tour. They showed me another one that is carrying the blood of slaves that was made by slaves. Very powerful La Madama smoking a cigar, blowing cigar smoke on the slave, but it has slave blood and slave flesh. That's a very powerful entity. Some of them come from Dogon. Some of them come from, I just seen a spider. This constellation here and dealing with Lucifer, and Draco. These heavier constellations that come down, and some of them look like clown spirits, like Ronald McDonald. See, these things are all, I don't know, baby. I ain't never been into these dolls like that. I just knew I was little. I liked Raggedy Ann, and I liked Annie, the redhead. And I think they talk about a redheaded child, the origins of red hair in the Bible. I have to look back at that. No. That was telling me it's a hidden Annabelle. And I wonder, what is antebellum? Hold on. Let me look at these things. Because antebellum. Let's see what the definition of that. Because Raggedy Ann, yes, cute and but ugly, goddamn it too. Goddamn it, the same motherfucking time. With that damn nappy ass, damn yawn hair, and that big wide ass, goddamn tie ass, damn pale face. Just ugly, goddamn it, to me. It's really an ugly little bit. And they Raggedy Ann doll, goddamn it. I ain't never thought that motherfucker was cute in no kind of goddamn it way. Goddamn it. We said antebellum translate to before the war, and specifically refers to the period in the United States history before the Civil War. 1861 and 1865 is most commonly used in the context of antebellum South, a region characterized by its agricultural economy, reliance on plantation farming, and dependence on slave labor. This period, antebellum period, refers to the Civil War, typically from the War of 1812 to the outbreak of the Civil War of 1861. The antebellum South was heavily reliant on agriculture, particularly cotton and the use of enslaved labor. See, this is where this is coming from. What you said, Nola, you said the project Raggedy Ann from the hood has a hair comb. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm fucking saying? Goddamn it. See, that's like a nigga kind of image on the slick. You see what I'm saying? Of a ghetto bitch with some nappy hair, goddamn, and that damn white ass, brown ass face with them damn earrings in there, a hoochie bitch. You know what? I don't know why I say I don't know what a hoochie bitch is. I don't know why. But they're like, fuck it. A slut. A goddamn plantation booty juggle. And a dick sucker. A ball gun. That's the vibe. Goddamn it, I'm Chucky. Now don't talk about my baby. Chucky, and what the other one is, Jigsaw. Goddamn it. They done came in here too with this thing. This is a whole fucking game. Got yeah. Sexy Red, her, yeah, we go together. Glorifying unprotected sex and disease. Pestilence, war, rumors of war. This is, yep, I like the leprechaun. See, these things have a time and a purpose, and Trump is helping to unleash this shit because he called in the National Guard. He came back and joined this shit. Him and others that kick this shit up because LA is a model for what they're getting ready to do around the United States and fucking people up out there. And other people saying, hell no, we gonna fuck y'all ass up back. So they fighting back because those spirits have been unleashed out here. Nat Turner time he ready to cut some motherfuckers now. Kill some motherfuckers in their sleep now. But see what y'all don't realize, like I just told you, I just warned your damn ass now. If y'all getting happy talking about they finna get rid of all white folks, first of all white folks ain't got shit to do with this. A lot of our ancestors got some shit to do with that shit as well because they compromised their goddamn self. Now, no, I'm not like Kanye's and talking about they brought themselves. No, we didn't. No, our ancestors didn't. The ones that were enslaved. And like I said, everybody, because they said they had looked up Diddy's background and his father, they were not from slaves. So you have to look at both sides because these spirits, these entities are coming in here. Because Nat Turner was a real person inside of a body. He was a slave who did not want to be in prison, which makes me wonder, I don't know what country he came from. Just because he was here doesn't mean he was from here. Or his ancestors were from here. The slave owners were beating them and abusing them and raping them. And he got tired of what he saw and didn't want to live that life and wanted to escape. So he went in and killed, I think, the slave owner or the slave owner's wife and children. Then he massacred them. The house was bloody. And they found him, said they were going to hang him. And this is he was one, but it was a lady, and I think Marie Laveau had said it too, and another lady opened her chest. She pulled her shirt open and let me see it. And she said, look at me. So they took a whole bunch of cluster cells out of her, cut a hunk of cells out of her chest, and raped her, had children by her, dissecting them, eating human flesh that were slaves, but said they would eat white folks too. They enemies, white folks killing white folks, other slave owners they disagreed with, or they want to take their land, or debts they had. Said it was cannibalism going on, as well as scientific breakthroughs and technology, how they got them by using black people and cutting them up and doing scientific experiments on them and creating vaccines with them. You said Nat Turner said, F that. Yep, he did. And that went with that shit. And I just saw that they killed him, cut his head off, and basically skinned him and chopped his body up. But see, they keep them as parts. They also do powerful rituals on them. And that's how I said, wow, it was so interesting during the time of the full moon in my sign that they would bring this in here. And that's why I kept asking her, I said, why did you say that? Why did you say that name and why did you do that to me? Because that's not what I fucking want to do. My mind was on talking about some other shit. And this doll, which I was not a doll, the doll is symbolic of their society. And they, customers, the witchcraft they put on it. And they try to put on the minds of the people by taking her on tour. They know what I know. They know it's something deeper than that when they explain to me. I'm telling you, it's another doll. God damn it. The one they parading in front of you is not the real, goddamn it, Soul Train, goddamn it, Annabelle. The one that really got the juice, goddamn it, is the one with the black in it. The Madama Annabelle, goddamn it. The AKA Soul Sister in this motherfucker. That's the one they added. She's not on tour. So somebody said that and I looked it up. They said it's not true. Annabelle has not been kidnapped. Annabelle's on tour. Is on tour. But when they say kid now, to look at the definition of that word, it's like you're seeing one, but the other has been taken as if there's more than one. So what is standing in its place? What's impossible? If they said the doll's still on tour, and somebody said she ain't on tour, but people say they see her on tour, and somebody said no, she was kidding. No, it's either two or three of them. One of them dolls walks around like it walked into the house today with a whole group of them from New Orleans. I know slave plantations down there, and Native Americans down there from Alabama, Mississippi, and Atlanta. She ain't an ATL. I want, like I said, if y'all find out that dog coming to Atlanta, please let me know. Goddamn, but until then, we need a dog standing price. I need a dog body right there that's made for Annabelle. I've seen a lot of them for sale online. A lot of them too expensive. I don't want to get one of them. Y'all can just donate. I can try to get me one between $100 and $150. Get me one as soon as I can, because I need her in here in the chair. She can sit down there with them other dolls, and other spirit dolls. Y'all seen them dolls before. So they don't have no problem with her. She ain't gonna creep their ass out. Because one of them got some long damn teeth in her mouth, like a goddamn vampire down there like a snake. So she can stay here. You know, they don't bother me. I live this shit every day, so many times I don't sleep. They walk up here and wake my ass up. I want to talk. They don't really get tired like that. They don't get sleepy. They don't get hungry like that, even though they like their food. And these, see, I really want to set it off. So if y'all feel led to, please donate. I can't make one, baby. I'm just a little tired right now because they already got I'm killing orders for hair and skin right now. I ain't got them completely done. And now they done hit me with this. Came here with these goddamn dolls. So you know what? I don't know. I'm glad you said that. Maybe that's why they said it, because people want the dolls. So you right. You asked my daughter. I need to make some. Let me get these orders done. Let me get myself. I'm getting stronger. We might need to have us a set of Annabelles, because they done pulled my coat and hit me to this shit. I never would have known that she showed me this on a plantation. The story they given about how it came about might not be true, or maybe it's more than one Annabelle spirit, and it's a whole group of them, like the Madama spirit. She had a group, she had a family of them. They were in this particular slave plantation. They probably had them on. I'm sure they had them on all plantations. This is Virginia coming up to Georgia. This is what I'm seeing. A shack where they have animals and hay, where they do a lot of fucking, like sex magic with black folks. Certain black people, they would get that, had that ashe in their pussy, and they get, goddamn it, where they knew they were really going to get taken higher and get elevated because they had that power on them. Them the certain ones they would get addicted to having sex with, because they would attract money and certain gifts and abilities and steal it from them, and then soul swap with them by killing them, sacrificing them and keeping their organs, eating their organs and drinking their blood. I seen it in this shack. Or a barn. It's like a barn with hay out there. And they was consecrating the souls of these black people in these dolls, anchoring them down, doing demonic rituals to Satan and to Lucifer, to give them great gifts, great money, prosperity, success, which would be taking a land from them, which would be the indigenous people, the so-called nigger, and the black Indian, and the Mexican. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? And they will do this by the moon and the almanac, the different season changes, and the moon phase, as well as the sun, which will be the son of God, which will be the human. Yeah, see, they are heavy into the sciences and medicine and dealing with nature and all this they got from our people that they studied and learned. You need to get you an almanac. Kim, thank you, baby. K Davis. I'm sorry, I don't know if your name Kim. I said K Davis. You're absolutely right. I'm gonna go back and watch that. You said some of the white cougars, they like to suck dick, baby. They like to suck and get that cum out there. They like to get that black cum. That huge man cum. Because that semen and them sperm, that sperm power. You know, I talk about vagina power, penis power. That sperm power will rejuvenate your mind, your body, and your soul. Illuminati. Want to run through my mind, my soul, and my body. See, that's that Illuminati serum. I'm so glad you said it, because my son asked me about it the other day. He said, so, Mama, what you saying? Like, my sperm can help heal a woman? I said, if you healthy, yeah. Your body healthy, your mind healthy, yeah. Help her, give her facials, and let her consume it in her body. Just the same way make a child the same way it will heal your wounds and you and your goddamn child. Some serious shit. That they why you think them Kardashian like to slurp it up, and then after they do it and take their energy off on men walking around here fucked up, wearing dresses on dope. They saying my mom, he done lost his house again, can't pay his rent. A lot of them, they can't get themselves right. Because they done took their soul out of them, because a man's soul is in his prostate, in his ass, in his nuts. In his sperm, in his seminal fluid. The soul is there. They soul swapping and soul scalping. Oh, shit. I think I'm going to have to go and take a break, baby. I had to drop that on y'all. Because this is not... Now, like I said, I was never going to do a reading on this. Didn't cross my mind. I didn't know they wanted to talk to me. I said, this is deeper than what I thought. And they said people are doing readings on them. I don't know what the other readers are saying about this, Annabelle. Because, Wayne, you are the original creator of the planet, and it's a fear of a black planet. So they have to control you and suppress you, because anytime you get with a person of color and a white person lay down with them, so-called black woman can create any look and any race of baby in the world. A white one cannot unless she lay down with a black man. Now, anytime a white man get a black woman, even if the child might look white, you know that it's not. She can produce a child of blue-eyed blonde. She can create one as black as midnight, and anything in between. You put a black dick on a white woman, and you will lose a white planet, and they will therefore lose control. That's one of the main things, of fear of a black planet. So they're not finna let your ass get around all them fine-ass white women and get them some of that damn God calm, and you will turn them into a human, a woman. That's one of the main things. Your dick and your sperm is considered public enemy number one and one of the most powerful weapons in the world. A missile, a heat-seeking missile. You will notice some of their most powerful weapons are shaped like a dick. Because it gets down to the point of things. It's all the way to the nucleus, to the root of things. And they're not finna have that because they will lose power. Yeah, Francis Chris Weldon. Well, okay. I think I've given you enough of an introduction of what they've been saying to me. And that's still not, completely it, but it's late, baby. And I'm tired. I took me a little nap, but it's 12 o'clock here. And I need to lay back. Thank you, baby. I thank you for your donations, your love, and support. Y'all, please help me get Annabelle to ATL. I kind of like that. We want Annabelle and the ATL with La Madama and Razor Hill and the Dirty Style Trap House. They clearly want to be here from the things that they telling me. So, again, thank you for your love and your support and your donation. Why they always bring you? Wait a minute, what you say? What you say? No. What you say? No, the baby 504. Why they always bringing evil shit down to New Orleans? No, you need to look at the history of New Orleans and the French and the Spanish and how that was already there during the slavery period. And dirty blacks there as well, and how they attacked the black Indians down there, and all the satanic demonic rituals during the 1800s. Let me look this up. This is not nothing new. And then whites dominate voodoo down there right now any motherfucking way. So what are you talking about? Why are they bringing this there? This is already there, and they people are there. Just reading the mail. They ain't bringing shit. Them people is already there keeping up shit, honey. Already dominating the areas, and they saying they are the high voodoo priestess and controlling, taking. I don't know if it's true. You tell me. Somebody told me you just can't walk up on, especially if you're a so-called black person, you just can't go up on Marie Laveau grave no more. They running that and them shut that down and make it look like all the power come from them, whites, not the blacks. They don't even want to acknowledge our people and where hoodoo voodoo came from. Now they the head hoodoo voodoo priestesses down there. Tell me if I'm wrong now, because that's what I've been hearing. And a lot of them black folks, the original witches and hoodoo voodoo, been ran out their store, ran out their business, ran out their land like they did with the levees exploding down there in New Orleans. Slave Christians. So, I don't know if you know the history or not. If you think they talking about bringing that now, honey, and that vampiring and eating human flesh and oh Lord. Yes, they hey swamp lady. Yes, they are. New Orleans played a central role in both the transatlantic and domestic slave trades. And I just told you how, and you know from listening to what you learned and seeing, it was very vicious and very demonic. And they like to cannibalize on our flesh. So this ain't no new shit they bringing. Like I said, what are you referring to when you say bringing? You consider Annabelle? Is that what you're talking about? Like Annabelle was evil or brought something there? What's the evil stuff you're talking about so I can know? They literally like cleaning house. Laveau down with these other energies and entities, and they're gonna do it in the black houses and communities too. That's what y'all better be watching if you think this is one-sided, because so many dirty black motherfuckers. And yeah, that's right, Jody Norris, watered down, and they tricking people, and they the ones that are real powerful and the older blacks that had the power and the knowledge and ran them stores and own property, because people told me they went down there to try to see the real hoodoo workers, and them people could barely pay their rent because they started like isolating them off where they had their store at, and the white folks had the money and the power and dealing with real estate and property and development, took it over, changed the laws, and started pushing the money and advertising to the white hoodoo voodoo stores in their side of town to run the black ones, the original one, out of goddamn business. Yes, that's right, Troy, the black Boule. Hoodoo. We are going to retrograde. And this is during the time here, all this shit jumping out. So, I want to just lost my teeth, I'm sorry. Let y'all know. Oh, they just showed me a map. They finna go to certain cities and tear this motherfucker up. Y'all better watch these tornadoes, these hurricanes. Now, I don't know if this is the season for it. Weird storms and freak accidents. Like I told people having accidents in cars, trucks, 18 wheels on the expressway, just freak shit out of nowhere. Along with these planes, these trains, these boats, helicopters, war. We're going to start hearing about secret war, and then Trump and Elon Musk and them sitting back getting ready to deal with this transhumanism and this human engineering, genetic engineering technology. They are triggering this jump off right now so they can start implementing these laws and these systems for AI and getting people off the street. Isolating them, locking them down. Walking free now. Walking free. Dust season 3 weeks ago was dust season. Yeah, but some of them might jump off and be worse than a hurricane or tornado. Might jump, be on one street, goddammit, and then 2 or 3 more come and join. They gonna jump on the other street and go across an area of town and fuck motherfuckers up. Just circulating around. See, this is what people don't want to understand and accept. That's not just water and wind. Those are different entities, and it's a whole bunch of them came back on the planet right now. On the surface of it, fucking shit up and revealing shit, exposing shit. I hope they don't come that goddamn way. What is the dust on? Wait a minute, no, baby. It be so much going on. I only keep up with it because y'all tell me, then I go check the news, the major headline news. And I'll see, just like I didn't know, as I said that yesterday, the train done jumped the goddamn track. Fucked some shit up there last night. I had it again. I'm glad y'all keep up with it for me. I be tired. All the stuff I be seeing, like I said, it's a group of them now. There's about 20 more, about 50 of them motherfuckers in. They joining, like I said, her whole family, Madama family, separate from the whole group. I told you, the white abolitionists against slavery, they killed them. Let me look at this right quick. Who is, thank you, Michelle, white abolitionist. You know what it say? It's low and slow. Okay. Okay, that's why the doctors have been misdiagnosing them. Why? Why they been misdiagnosing them? Who is that? To white abolitionists. Who were the famous white abolitionists? Charles Marie, Jonathan Walker. There is a lot of white abolitionists that were killed. John Brown, because I know the first name I heard was John. Yeah, thank you, baby, because before I looked in the chat, I see this here. Was it a white man? That's what I seen him in here. They are, some of them are from the slave auction. They hung him. I see him now, John Brown. They hung him. He here, I seen him. One of them hair on turned gray. So that's not a bad white person at all. Nothing's going to happen to him and his family because he saved them because he was against it. He has no violence. He's standing here with black folks, Indian, and Mexican folks. They have no problem with that's going to happen to him. Some white folks that's going to pass, and some black folks, they're going to beat their ass. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why you got to watch it. It's a little mix up here, it's a little twisted. They said, look, we don't give a fuck if they black or they white because we see the spirits and we can identify slave spirits that done sold out, gave out, and killed their own kind that are on the bodies and are possessing the bodies of so-called black people that's living now. We killing their damn ass. That's why I mean that's the my mouth dropped. That's the what? So yeah, and those are the ones that commit crimes in the black neighborhood. Enslaved children, slave trafficking, sex trafficking. He says the same shit than what she was saying. And so they asked, we know their name, we know where they stay, we know the state they stay in and shit. So I was like, oh man, I got to tell everybody this here. They told me to tell your ass. That's right. All skin folks ain't kinfolk. So when we see a lot of these black people coming up there, goddamn it, we see them shooting people in the house, shooting people outside, black military, black serial killer, black rapists, black people killing, abusing their children and putting them in the goddamn oven or the microwave. That is them. Those are the negative ones that did it that we couldn't see. Our ancestors on them that did that shit that we couldn't see. Now they coming back on the bodies, riding the bodies, inhabiting, anchoring themselves down into the souls of their ancestors that they decided to possess and reincarnate through, and these spirits are starting to catch their ass. I don't know if what I'm saying, I'm hearing it right. You said families setting up members for life insurance. Yes, and that means it was done before by some ancestors before. And they let that spirit take over them through greed and lust for the 7 deadly sins and going to sacrifice their own children for insurance and other family members and husband and wife and mama and daddy. This is gonna come out. Here in old folks' home and goddamn it, funeral home again up there, embalming and shit. Some of us gonna come by these bodies here, gonna come up, or these serial killer bodies hidden in this water. A lot, some of them been buried down in the water. They gonna dig them up out these goddamn people out, in the basement and shit, in the attic. Now let me lay down. Oh, yes. Did Jacob? Yes, exactly. Yep. I love y'all. Thank y'all for loving and supporting me. Like I said, you need to set your altar up if you feel led for those types of spirit. Laveau+LA Madama, any ancestors that you know of, study that whole La Madama family, any Orishas that you know, because I know also Shane Gold is a part of this, and her colors, La Madama's colors. I think I said what? Blue, red, yellow. You want to start setting your altars up right now because it's danger. If you're around black people like this, and in your house, or you dealing with violence and abuse for somebody black, so-called black, I don't care if they have black, they got this side in them, or they got their racist white side in them, and they unleashing and teeing off in your goddamn ass. You better prepare yourself. You said, love you. I love y'all too. Oh, thank you. Yeah, look at her colors, and if you want to get a figurine or picture or something to put on her, or then call her for protection as that shit pass over your house, or do your uncrossing protection rituals ASAP. You got to protect yourself against your own goddamn it folks. I love y'all. I'll talk to you.
So wet in this bitch, fuck around, make it a pool. We shaking it fool, and I'm getting bread just like a baker would do. Get a table for two. I get her a bite, then I take her back to the room.